Lights, and yes, we've got all the choices for you, all the functionality, all of the glamour and the beauty and the, I would say, the magic of the holidays that you're going to get today from Bethlehem Lights. Whether you're picking it up in a flocked tree or a traditional green tree style, we've got it for you here today in our store at a better price. The 5-foot tree should be close to $500. We have it for less than $400. The 7-foot tree that you're seeing right over here on your screen should be $730. You get it home for less than $600. And then if you want the grand 8.5-foot tree, will fit in your 9-foot ceiling rooms, right? This is coming home not at the $969 price. You're getting it home for less than $800 or $159 and change on a credit card. H434578 is your item number. Now is your chance to place your order for our final tree, today's special value of the year. It's Bethlehem Lights' last tree of the year here at QVC as well. So it's that beautiful noble fir design that you know and love with a functionality in the lights that I haven't seen us do before. We're going to bring in Chad Johnson to talk to us all about it. He's our representative who's brought us Bethlehem Lights for 22 years.
Alberti.
Hello, sir. Nice to have you in the show. A tree that is worthy of today's special value. I know how hard it is. Yeah. I know how hard it is. You show dozens of trees to our buyers, and our buyers say, okay, this is the one that we're doing as our last tree, today's special value of the year.
It really is. I mean, we start years in advance.
Yeah.
We started a year ago, and we listen to the customer, and we say, okay, what do they want? What have we done? Is it the best foliage, the best molded tips? Do we have the most amount of lights, the most functionality? Is it easy to set up? Is it going to look great when it's not decorated? We've done all of that with this today's special value.
Well, let's talk about some of the details in here, right? So the 5-foot tree, 350 lights. The 7-foot tree, 550 lights.
600, believe it or not.
Oh, really?
Yes,
and then,
that's a misprint on
and
your
then
notes.
the 8.5-foot tree, 900 lights?
900.
900 lights on the 8.5-foot tree. That's more than 100 lights per foot, which is really a bright, beautiful, dramatic display. It's the perfect place to hang all of your, heirloom ornaments, your family-made ornaments. You just decide which size as well as which color. If you want green, the green trees have been very popular today. If you want flocked, the flocked is available as well. If you're seeing the 7-foot tree right now on your screen, that green 7-foot, we have now fewer than 1,000 to go around. It's been very popular today. But Chad, you just showed us the magic of this tree, right? So white lights, beautiful. By the way, a soft white light. Almost looks like an incandescent. It's like the closest to an incandescent that I've seen. I couldn't tell the difference.
Except it's better. You know why it's better? Because it's not going to burn out. You don't have to worry about any. And by the way,
and it costs less to run.
Bethlehem Lights commercial light technology, if one were to burn out, the rest would stay lit. But don't worry, it's not going to. We're setting up the shot right now to show 2-in-1 or a split screen. Here's the remote. It's tethered to the tree so you won't lose it. With a touch of a button, I can take it from the warm white to a beautiful 5-color dual-tone multi. I can send it back to the warm white. I can hit the light option button. This is our brand new sparkle feature.
I love it.
Which is awesome.
Looks so good.
Just like every 5th or 6th light, you've got this random twinkle. But then while it's doing that, I can switch it over to the multi and still have that sparkle. I can go to a glisten. I can slow down that glisten if I'd like to. While it's on that slowed down glisten, I can go back to the white. There's so many different features that you can do with this. 3 timer modes that have an indicator, 6, 8, or 10-hour timer. There's brightness settings if you want. You can see you dim it down if you want to, or you're right back to the super bright. So easy to put together, so bright, so brilliant.
And by the way, I didn't even mention, it comes with the storage bag. Right? I remember, every Bethlehem Lights tree, every tree in my home is a Bethlehem Lights tree. I had to buy every single bag for them, right? They were like $40 plus at QVC.com. We're giving you the bag, by the way, with extra room, so you're not stuck trying to stuff it in the bag. You can actually throw some garlands in there. You can throw some wreaths in there. Maybe you have those Bethlehem Lights collections that we bring to you every year. But here's the thing, right? A lot of people ask, Chad, well, is that hard to set up? I don't want to have to do a lot of things. I don't want to lift heavy pieces, right? I'm just not into that anymore. I'm trying to pare things down. Talk to us about assembly.
Okay, so this is instant power technology.
That's great.
This is a patented technology by Bethlehem Lights. The power is in the center of the pole. so you don't have to worry about wires going down. You don't have to worry about putting them into a power strip. Every section connects together. We even label it A, B, and C. As you pointed out earlier, the metal pole we wrap with PVC in here, so you don't ever see metal except this section that disappears once I plug it in. All I do is pop it into place just like this. This section lights up. That section lights up. The other one does. The heaviest section on this 7-foot tree is 11.2 pounds.
11.2 pounds.
So it's totally manageable. And here it is right here. The stand it comes with it. It's one eye bolt, so it's self-leveling, meaning it's never going to be tilted. You put the sections together, A, B, and C. This is the 7-foot tree that I was just showing you. Ready-shaped branches, has this memory wire, which means out of the box, it's basically done. You just pull them down. And then at the end, like you said, put it back in the bag. You've got plenty of room. Each bag is made, custom made for each size tree. Throw the stand in there, put your favorite ornaments in there if you want to, or a wreath and a garland, and store it away. But make sure you store the flock tree in there if you want to get maximum.
And by the way,
life out of
while
that.
we're talking about the flock tree, I want you to get a nice close-up look at it, right? So look at these tips. Look at how it looks like this tree was in a blizzard, right? But you know what this is not gonna do? It's not gonna leave a blizzard in your home. In fact, Bethlehem Lights has really mastered the art of flocking these trees, even down to the fact that the lights, they wrap each one of them individually so that, look, there's no flocking at all on any of the light bulbs. Are you looking for one of the covers?
Every once in a while, you'll find an actual cover
here,
on
there's
there.
one over here.
Wait,
I saw it earlier.
All right.
Yeah. So this is literally how they do it, right?
This is great.
So they wrap each one of these lights just like this, and then Chad, you want to pull that off?
I'll pull this off.
It's like a little straw. There you go. That's how much care goes into every one of these trees.
Light, it gets one of these covers put on it, then we flock it, then we take it off. Otherwise, the inexpensive way is just to flock the whole tree, and then you don't get the bright illumination. Like
and by
you
the
get
way,
from
and
Bethlehem
if you see one of those little covers on, you just pull it off. It's not a big deal.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah. But here's the thing, right? The 5-foot tree, 350 lights. The 7-foot tree, 600 lights. The 8.5-foot tree, 900 lights. I wouldn't want to string all of that myself.
No.
I don't want to have to bring the lights into the center and out to each tip. They did all the work for you. They're the masters at it. Why not?
Look how brilliant
Look at how pretty
the
this
5-color jewel tone multi looks inside of this
the
flock tree. Is
I
that
know, it's
awesome?
magical.
That's insane.
Yeah,
Put it back. It's so great. I was mentioning this to you earlier. Each single bulb has 2-color lights in there. It has a white light inside, and it also has a designated other color. That way you get a pure, vibrant jewel tone multi, or also a white light. No matter what you're doing, it's always going to look great.
You know, every time I see a Bethlehem Lights tree, I know it's theirs. I know it's theirs. Because the thing is that they're so much better than some of the other brands that you see out there. Like, you go into the big box stores, you see the trees there. They're more expensive and they have less features. They have less tips. They have less lights. They don't take into consideration that you want it to be lighter weight to put together. They don't give you the bag, the storage bag. Here at QVC, we listen to our customers. It's one of the reasons I'm so proud to work here. We give you the opportunity to not only get home the best of the best this holiday season, but you also get it on Easy Pay as well. Today, you don't have to spend $400 to get the tree home. You can get the 5-foot tree home for just $80 on a credit card. If you sign up for a Q card, we'll give you $60 in a future e-credit statement, or actually right away that you can just take right off your today's special value price. Now you're picking up that $400 tree for just $340. And you'll have that over and over and over again year after year. The 7-foot tree, you're not paying $729 for it. It's coming home for less than $600. Your Easy Pay is just $119 and change. And then the 8.5-foot tree, you know, there are a lot of catalogs that I get, right? Like, I get like all the home decor catalogs. And usually 8.5-foot trees, even our comparable price of $969, I think, is lower.
It is.
Usually they're like $1,100, $1,200, $1,300 for an 8.5-foot tree. Our price today is less than $100. And our easy pay is just $160.
And we're kind of comparing against nothing because Bethlehem Lights only is at QVC and you can't find it. So if you were to find one of these trees with all these features that was like Bethlehem Lights quality,
it would be way more. Way more.
And by the way, Alberta, you said something that was really key earlier. You were like, you know why you could tell it's a Bethlehem Lights tree? Because of the attention, because of the molded tips, because of this. Because you and I have to stand up here in front of our audience,
America,
explain to them why our tree is better than what's out there, and then get them at home. And then if it's not, they're going to come back and tell us it's not.
By the way, you have till the end of January 2024 to decide on your purchase. If you get the tree home, you put it up. If you don't get the compliments, if people don't say, wow, if your spouse doesn't say like, wow, that was a great purchase, you can always feel free to send it back. But here's what I'll tell you. I've got 4 trees at home. They're all Bethlehem Lights trees. I love this brand. In fact, I wouldn't trust my holiday to another, in all honesty. Today, we're giving you the opportunity to pick up this really cool silhouette with all of these features in a noble fir tree design, which has been their best-selling design year after year after year. Everybody wants a noble fir. Everybody wants a noble fir tree. The branches are more beautiful. The tips are all molded. You'll see that right over there. They're all throughout the tree. And then, I don't even know if you can capture this, but like the tree has these branches that like stick out, and then your ornaments actually have a place to hang. This is like a giant 6-inch ornament.
That's such a great shot. It just goes to talk to the realism about this, the different colorations and the tips. You have the molded tips right here that are crush resistant. Here's a really cool shot. You've got the light at the end of the tip, but you don't see any wires. This is ProLit technology. Look at this. As I go in between the branches, I mean, we just came to this random tree. It's not like I had the ability to preset this up. What are you not seeing? You're not seeing wires.
Yeah.
That's the biggest.
Holes in it.
There's no holes anywhere in this tree.
At all.
Yeah. There's no holes anywhere in this tree. You know what's also great about this tree is the fact that when you get it out of the box, it has its own memory. You don't need to like zhuzh all the branches and get your hands. I remember the very first year that I worked with an artificial tree, not a Bethlehem Lights tree. Like by the time I was finished, my hands had so many little scratches and like my cuticles were all ruined. This is so easy to set up. And it's beautiful right out of the box.
The fact that we're here on live TV and that shot was so close up and in, you go to a big box store and
you see right through the trees.
Little things like the inside filler, we call PVC, is ratty and damaged. We use a thicker ply. We use a brown center core.
They even cut them like at the tips, right?
And an arrow as a reverse. Actually, in some stores you'll see it cut the reverse way. They're saving scraps on their tips, believe it or not. Bethlehem Lights for QVC does not do that. We make everything better from the way we light it, to the quality of the greens, to the functionality, to the ease of setup. We just make it better.
Well, this is why it is our last Today Special Value of the year, right? We cannot top the beauty and the elegance and the charm and the quality that you're getting today. It is our final tree Today Special Value of the year. It's the last tree that we're bringing you from Bethlehem Lights this year, so there's not going to be another one coming up in the next couple of weeks. I know sometimes people wait till later.
And that's why you buy it today. I mean, honestly, if
you get it today at the best price.
If you are those people who do wait till later and you're like, well, I don't really want to buy my tree until November. Well, you're going to pay double.
More.
You might not have as good of a tree to choose from. And I honestly like, because I'm somebody who budgets all the time, I like to be able to do the easy pay and have it almost paid off by the time the end of the season is, right? That makes me feel a little bit better. And it's also coming from a girl who I have a tree up already.
Yeah.
I mean,
oh, your tree's already up?
But it's because
my tree would be up.
For real?
I have one up already. Now, granted, I am a QVC show host and I have to show off the tree as part of the reason why, but I kind of like it.
Oh yeah.
I don't want to take it down.
Do you know when I have my tree up? I have my tree up on Halloween.
Yeah.
I usually have it up on Halloween because I'm not a Halloween guy, but I am definitely a Christmas guy.
Definitely a Christmas guy.
And so if I pass Halloween and don't have the tree up, there's something wrong.
I love the color.
But here's the thing. This is the 7-foot tree. Look at how full and beautiful it is. And by the way, look at that.
Bright it is.
Yeah.
Is that
it
so
really is
bright?
nice.
That's the other thing I love about a tree, and I love about a big tree, and I love about multiple trees, is the winter is so dark. And it gets dark at 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
And it stays dark forever. And it really affects me. Having this on in your house fills up a space with color and light.
And
We were talking about earlier, and because it's such low consuming energy, we have 3 different timers. You don't need the timer. Turn it on when you start decorating for Christmas and leave the tree on
Leave it
all year.
on.
We're saying every one of the sets in this studio uses this today's special
Yes.
value. They don't